from NRG Stadium in Houston. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that.
And now the rookie's free. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 36 yards on the play.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one, and there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. A man who is both a prep and collegiate star here in the Lone Star State, Devon Achane. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to pass. Tua. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Holding offense.
So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And are on the board first here this afternoon. Now for the point after. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, his team first. I think everyone would like to see him finish number one, including himself.
The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6. You talk about this Miami defense. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown. Takedown. 55 yards. And the Texans are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So Miami coming out for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Tua wants to throw it on second down. And going deep for Hill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Texans are going to get the football here at their own 23. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're done just the coach talking about it, this team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. And Stroud now to throw. To the right side and caught by Dell. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The Texans had 15-1 on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. A quick slant to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch there for Hill, and he's got a first down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Here's Tua. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal. Tua sets up to pass it, and that is incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They saw the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's second and goal now. Play action, now it's Tua. And they will not get the connection there, and it's incomplete.
And it's more play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Tua to throw again. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was finished off by a Jalen Waddle touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, some guys, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward to get the first down.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 35-yard line. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. But you could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
What did your 3rd grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line, got to the quarterback, and put him on the deck.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Now Stroud. Throwing right, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. An excellent pickup at 20 yards.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
So the moment is finally at hand. What a season, CD. His 29th rushing touchdown of the year. No one in the history of the NFL has had more in a single season. And congratulations to him. What an achievement.
We certainly had the feeling early in the year, maybe week 2 or 3, where we talked to each other and thought this could really turn into something. I don't know if either of us thought we'd get to this point. Maybe the best season ever by a running back in NFL history.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jalen Waddle running out, and that means that the Dolphins ready for another drive on offense. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start, got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Tua on the bootleg here. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Tua now on first down. Finding Ertz again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
First down, Dolphins.
Achane on the counter. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Tua going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Tagovailoa gets this one to Hill. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. And that is incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now Houston's offense taking over again. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Stroud now on second down. Got his man, Dell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Stroud off the play fake. Sideline throw, it's tipped, but he still got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
But when we see the ball tipped in the air, sometimes we get a little roll change, don't we? Because when it's in the air, sometimes the defensive back becomes the receiver. And in this case, the receiver looked like a defensive back, but ended up a receiver.
He caught it as a receiver. Hey, it worked out.
Worked out really well for them. But I'm telling you, the defensive guys,
Frustrated.
frustrated. They're going to catch it in front.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Now they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. Throwing left sideline complete. That's Jordan. Touchdown, Texans. Brevin Jordan, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. Tua now on first down. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first. Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. We've got a close game. The offense has played well, but right now they've got to keep their foot on the gas.
And that carries with it an extra bit of pressure, doesn't it? As much fun as they're having right now, they're locked in, really clicking on all cylinders. They also know that if they ever miss a chance to put points on the board, they've actually put their team in jeopardy. And that's not how you want to play the game. It's supposed to be complementary football, offense, defense. But today, it's all offense for them.
Yeah, they've been playing with a sense of urgency. It's probably going to need to continue. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Stroud to throw it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. This offense, #1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And this will be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
2nd and 10. Stroud out of the gun here. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. Now he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory down at the 31. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
2nd and 6. Stroud sets up the play action. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the 1st half.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Stroud. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the 2nd half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tua sets up to pass it. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him, unable to bring him to the ground. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Pulled in at the 24. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. A huge play there for Houston. 56
be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there is going to set him up with first and goal at the 1-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Throwing now is Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tank Dell, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On first down, Tagovailoa. Over the middle, complete. That's Hill. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now, we all know that an offensive coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
On first down, back to Achane. There he goes, right side. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And this is back to an 8-point game. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Devon Achane who finished things off with a touchdown reception. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. On first down, here's Stroud. And his throw here is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 82 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. 3rd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this will be a Texans first out as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped.
Ready.
Play action. Here's Stroud. That is caught by Dell. A huge play there for Houston. 49 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, oh, they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are right back in this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. Jalen Waddle, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. The Tua going to try and throw for it, and he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away, and this remains a 2-point game. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Houston set to take over. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. His throw incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 113 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The Texans on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. This will be 3rd and 5. Touchdown! Takedown! 26 yards. And the Texans will add to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
On for the PAT, Ka'imi Fairbairn. And that makes it a 9-point game. That time a 6-play drive. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
44, ready.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to pass. Tua. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
6 yards.
Third down and 1. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
First down, Dolphins.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 114 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And they're going to speed things up here. Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Now Tua. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Tua going to throw. That one complete to Hill. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup.
Here's Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Off a play action, Tagovailoa. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, and field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Ready.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Texans, they finish oh so close to perfection in the regular season, but this win in the final weekend gives them a final mark of 16-1. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it will indeed be a 10-loss season as they wrap up 7-10. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved.